Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. We got game 2 of this, 3-game series between the Yankees and the Red Sox. Leading it off for the Yankees, playing left field is White. Batting second, playing second is Randolph. Batting third, doing the catching is Munson. Batting fourth, playing right field is Jackson. Batting fifth, playing first base is Chambliss. Batting sixth, playing third base is Nettles. Batting seventh, playing center field is Thomason. Batting eighth, doing the DH is Spencer. Batting ninth, playing shortstop is Stanley. And on the mound, doing the pitching for the Yankees is GULLETT. And for the hometown Boston Red Sox, we got Rick Burleson leading off, playing shortstop. Batting second, playing second is Remy. Batting third, doing the DH is Rice. Batting fourth, playing left field is Yastrzemski. Batting fifth, doing the catching is Fisk. Batting sixth, playing center field is Lynn. Batting seventh, playing first base is Scott. Batting eighth, playing right field is Evans. Batting ninth, playing third base is Hobson. And on the mound, doing the pitching for the Red Sox is Mike Torrez. Let's get down here to Fenway Park and get started. Will start it off here for the Yankees, batting .263 with 2 homers and 11 RBIs. Mike Torrez making his 15th start of the year. He's 6-5 with a 2.99 ERA. Here's the pitch to Roy, and that's going to be a fly ball out to Yastrzemski for out number 1. And Willie Randolph comes to the plate. And Randolph is batting .297 with a homer and 24 RBIs. And that's going to be a base hit. Willie gets aboard here with an infield signal as Ken Castro joins us. And Willie's going to be taking off here. It'll be a 33, so it'll be a 63 or lower. And Willie will be safe at second. And he's in there with a stolen base. So Willie gets a scoring position here for Munson. And Thurman's batting .288 with 5 homers and 38 RBIs. And that's going to be a fly ball out the right field. And Randolph will stay put. No use getting thrown out at third. A single should score him. Now you got Reggie Jackson up. Jackson batting .323 with 20 homers and 43 RBIs. Can he get a 2-out hit here and score well? And that's going to be a fly ball out the Lynn. That'll end the inning. Randolph gets stranded at second. Yankees nothing. Red Sox coming to the plate with Burleson, Remy, and Rice. And Burleson's batting .249 with 3 homers and 23 RBIs. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Don strikes him out. This is Gullett's 4th start of the year. He's 2-1 with a 3.6 ERA. And there's one down here in the bottom of the first. Remy's up. And Remy's batting .315 on the year. 2 homers and 21 RBIs. And he gets a hold of this one off of Don. You don't want this with the big boys coming up, and that's going to be a double out there in right field. So a 1-out double, and Rice comes to the plate. And do you walk Rice? And pitch to Yastrzemski as Clinton Parks joins us here, and I think that's exactly what you do. Going to intentionally walk Rice, set up the double play, and pitch to the lefty Yastrzemski. Yastrzemski's batting .275 on the year, 9 homers and 38 RBIs. Now you got first and second, 1 out. The Yankees looking to turn 2 here and get out of this mess. And that's going to be a pop up behind home plate. Munson near the screen makes the catch, and there's 2 down. Now you got Carlton Fisk up, and Fisk is batting .272 with 11 homers and 37 RBIs. And that's going to be a pop up down the second. Willie calls for it, makes the catch, and Gullet gets out of the mess with nobody scoring. We get to the top of the second, still no score here. Playing every game for the Yankees and the Braves. That way I get to play every American League team and every National League team, Clinton, and hopefully get to see almost every player also. So my real goal is to get the Braves to 70 wins. It's going to be tough. They are a tough fucking team. If I can get them to 70 wins, I'll be happy as hell. Right now, they're on pace to win like 58 or 59. And they just got Bob Horner called up. Glenn Hubbard gets called up. Larry McWilliams gets called up. So they got some decent players getting called up. So hopefully it'll turn them around enough that they can win a few ball games. And they got Gene Garber in the trade for the Phillies for Dick Reuven. Of course, they lost Dick as a starting pitcher. That didn't help. And now we got Chambliss, Nettles, and Thomason due up. Chris batting .260 with 4 homers and 39 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. And that'll be out number 1. Brings up Greg Nettles now. And Nettles is batting .291 with 15 homers and 49 RBIs. And they drop the dice. And he gets a hold of this one, folks. And that ball is driven down the first base line in the fair territory. And Greg Nettles has got himself a 1-out double. Can the Braves, can the Yankees again take advantage of this? They had a runner down at second and 1 out and couldn't score Willie. Now it's Nettles. Gary Thomason's batting .250 with no homers and no RBIs. And here's the pitch to Gary. And that's going to be a base on ball. So all of a sudden, the Yankees making some noise here in the second. First and second, 1 out. Jim Spencer comes to the plate. He's batting .283. He has 10 homers and 20 RBIs. Can Jim give the Yankees the lead? And that's going to be a swing and a miss. A big strikeout by TORREZ. Now there's 2 outs, and it's going to take a 2-out base hit from Fred the Chicken Stanley. He's batting .286 on the year with a homer and 2 RBIs. Can Fred deliver? And nope. That's going to be a high pop-up down the second. Remy calls for it, makes the catch. And the Yankees strand too, just like their counterpart, and it's still a 0-0 game. So we go to the bottom of the second. This is looking like the first game. Yankees having opportunities and not being able to cash in. Freddie's batting .295 on the year with 9 homers and 35 RBIs. He'll be followed by Scott and Evans. And here's the pitch to them. And that's going to be a base on balls. So the leadoff batter gets aboard here. And George Scott comes to the plate. And the Yankees get a double play ball out of George. George is batting .283 with 4 homers and 17 RBIs. And that's going to be another walk. And Don's walked himself into a damn mess here. Dwight Evans comes up. He's batting .204 on the year with 6 homers and 20 RBIs. And with the speed at first, and could get a double play here. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. And Fred Stanley start the twin killing here. 25 and an 8 should be fielding column 1. And it is just what the doctor ordered. It's going to be the old 6-4-3 double play. Freddie gets down in the third now with 2 outs. And Hobson's due up, and Butch is batting .268. Has 11 homers and 39 RBIs. Here's the pitch to Butch. And that's going to be another ground ball down to Stanley. He's up with it. And he'll fire over to first. And that'll end the inning. The Red Sox strand one at third. We go to the top of the third. Still no scoring. Top of the order due up here for the Yanks. White, Randolph, and Munson. Roy's 0 for 1 today. That's going to be a ground ball down to Rick Burleson. When I was in Little League, I had a Rick Burleson glove. And that'll be out number 1. And Willie Randolph comes to the plate. He singled and stole a base back in the first. And that's going to be another base hit. Willie is on fire against these Red Sox. I don't think they've gotten him out yet. Have to go back and look at game number 1, but I think he is. He was 3 for 3 with a walk. And Willie's going to take off again here. Again, it'll be a 63 or lower. He'll be safe. And he's in there with a stolen base. Again, he gets in the scoring position with 1 out. And the big boys finally deliver here against Boston. Munson is 0 for 1 today. He flew out to Evans. And that's going to be a base on balls. So now the Yankees threaten here with 2 on and 1 out. And here's the Stroll. Stirs the drink. This is what they're paying Reggie for. Can he deliver here? First and second, nobody out. Oh, 1 out rather. First and second, 1 out. Reggie's 0 for 1 today. That's going to be against the righty, a 5. And that's going to be a single in the left field. And Willie's going to stop at third with Yastrzemski's. And they got freaking cannons out there, don't they? Yaz is the worst thrower out there with a 35 arm. So base is full of Yankees. We've seen this before. The Yankees came away with nothing. Can the Yankees finally deliver? Going to have Randolph at third, Munson at second, Jackson at first, Chambliss at the plate. They're going to have the defense back looking for the double play. Chris grounded out his first time up. He's 0 for 1. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. Rick Burleson, a 63 and a 9. I think that's going to be a fielding 3. And it is. And that's going to be first and second on a wild throw. And runners advance 2 bases. Rick Burleson throws that ball into New York City. And the runners advance 2 bases. And the batter gets down to second. And now you got second and third. Yankees up 2-0. And only 1 out. And Mike Torrez is not a happy camper on the mound there. Could have been a double play ball, but Rick Burleson throws that ball out to Dwight Evans. And now it's second and third, nobody out. And they're going to bring the infield in now. Nettles is 1 for 1. He doubled in the second inning. Can he deliver it out? And that's going to be against the righty. That'll be a 4. And that's going to be a single over first base. Evans got that cannon out there, though. And Chambliss does not have very good speed. So let's see what's going to happen here. Most likely Chris is going to stop at third. So it's a single in the right field of 46. Yep, Chambliss is going to stop at third. That's an RBI single by Nettles. And we got first and third now and 1 out. They will play back now for the double play. With Nettles down at first, Tomlinson at the plate, Chambliss at third. Gary walked his first time up. It's 3-0 New York. Here's the pitch to Gary. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Torrey strikes him out. And now there's 2 outs. Can Mr. Spencer add to this 3-0 lead? Spencer is 0 for 1, struck out his first time up. And that's going to be a lazy fly ball out to Evans. But the Yankees score 3, 2 of them on that big error by Rick Burleson, take a 3-0 lead into the bottom of the third. Got the top of the order due up here for the Red Sox. Burleson, Remy, and Rice. Rick is 0 for 1, struck out his first time up. And that's going to be against the lefty. That's going to be a base hit in the left field. And right away, the Red Sox get the leadoff batter aboard here. And Remy comes to the plate. And Remy doubled his first time up. Can the Yankees get that all-important double play ball? And that's going to be against the lefty. That's going to be a 16. That's going to be a fly ball out the left field. White makes a nice running catch, takes a base hit away from Remy. He acts like he's been playing out in that green monster his whole career. Nice play by White. Tracks the ball down. Now you got Jim Rice up with a runner down at first. Rice was intentionally walked his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. 35 and an 8. Probably fielding column 2. And it is. And that's going to get the runner out at second. That'll be a 6-4 put out. Now Rice is down at first with 2 outs. And Yastrzemski comes to the plate. Yaz popped up to catcher's first time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Gary in center field. The Red Sox strand 1. We go to the top of the 4th. It's 3-0 New York. You got the non-hitter due up, and then we'll turn the order over. Stanley, White, and Randolph. And Fred's 0 for 1 today. And that's going to be against the righty at 9. And that's going to be popped up down the short. Burleson, his counterpart, waits for the rainmaker to come down, makes the catch, and Fred's out of there. And Roy White's up now. He's 0 for 2 today. And that's going to be a fly ball out the left right field. Evans goes over, makes the catch near the line for out number 2. And here's the man for the Yankees. He's been setting the table. He's 2 for 2. He's stolen 2 bases and came around the scores last time up. And they finally get him out with a lazy fly ball out to Yastrzemski. The Yankees go down 1, 2, 3. To the bottom of the 4th we go. And you got Fisk due up, followed by Lynn and Scott. Carlton's 0 for 1 today. And that's going to be a grounder down to Stanley. He's up with it, fires over the Chambliss, and there's 1 out. Freddie Lynn comes to the plate, and Lynn walked his first time up. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Don's second strikeout of the game. 2 up and 2 down here in the 4th. It's up to Scott to get a 2-out rally going. He walked his first time up. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Gullick strikes out the last 2 batters to end the inning in style. To the top of the 5th we go. Yankees holding on to a 3-0 lead. You got the big boys coming up here, the 3, 4, 5 hitters, Munson, Jackson, and Chambliss. Munson walked and came around the score back in the 3rd. And he gets a hold of this, drives that ball in the right field. And Evans gets over. Munson makes a wide turn, but he'll hold up with a single. So Thurman down at first. Reggie's up. Reggie singled in the 3rd and came around to score. Here's the pitch for Reginald Martinez Jackson. That's going to be another base on balls. That's the 3rd walk given up by Mike Torres. Can Chambliss take advantage of this? Chris is 0 for 2. He reached on that error by Burleson the last time. 2 runs came in. So here's the pitch to Chris. And that's going to be a fly ball. Freddie Lynn camps under it, makes the catch for out number 1. Now Greg Nettles comes to the plate. And Nettles, he's 2 for 2 with a double and an RBI. He singled and drove in a run back in the 3rd. And that's going to be against the righty, 4. And that's going to be a single in the left field. And again, Munson with his speed is going to stop at 3rd. So the bases are going to be full of Yankees. And Mr. Thompson is up. And that's going to get the bullpen up. Bullpen's going to get up and ready. And Ripley, believe it or not, gets up in the bullpen. Let's see, do they got a lefty out there in the pen? Bergmeyer is the lefty. He's going to get up too. So you got the righty and the lefty up there in the pen. Gary Tomlinson comes to the plate. Gary's 0 for 1. He has yet to put the ball in play. He has walked and struck out his last time up. Yankees everywhere you look. Munson at third, Jackson at second, Nettles at first, and Gary at the plate. Here's the pitch to TORREZ, and that's going to be against the righty. That'll be a 6. And that's going to be a single in the left field. That's definitely going to score one. Can Jackson score? Like I say, they got a bunch of damn cannons out there in that damn outfield. What a hell of an arm. 35, 36, and a 39. Damn, it reminds me of the damn Pirates in this time in the National League. 51 minus a 35 plus a 17 and a 33. So let's see here. Do they want a 33? So Jackson's going to try for. They're not going to throw the ball. They're going to hold Nettles at second. They're not going to try to throw Jackson out on a 33. So that's going to be an two RBI single. 2 runners scoring. It's first and second. And that's going to be it for TORREZ. First and second. And who's going to come out of the bullpen here? Yes, TORREZ can't get out of this 5th inning, folks. Let's make sure here. All 5 of them runs should be earned, I would think. Hey, Aaron Reed joins us here talking about his 78 replay. Cool. Aaron Reed talking about his 1982 replay. Let's see here. Only 3 of the runs was earned. They're still taking him out. They're still going to take TORREZ out here. See who they're going to go to. Are they going to go to Ripley, believe it or not, or Bergman? They're going to go to Tom here. Going to bring in the lefty. So Mike can't get out of 5th inning. Tom's going to come in the game with runners on first and second, 1 out, already trailing by 5. The runners on base are Mike TORREZ's responsibility. This is Tom's 11th appearance of the year. He's 0-1 with a 6.63 ERA. He's got Spencer due up, followed by Fred Stanley. Red Sox are looking for that all-important ground ball double play. Jim's 0 for 2. He has flown out, and struck out. And that's going to be a base on balls. Tom comes in and walks the lefty. That was the main reason they brought him in. Now you got Stanley at the plate. Bases full. Yankees again. Stanley batting. Nettles at third. Tomlinson at second. Spencer at first. Fred's 0 for 2. He has popped up to second and short. And that's going to be a fly ball out the left field. Let's see here. Fly ball out the left. 47. Are they going to take a chance here and try to score another run? With 2 outs. And 18, he's going to hold up. So they're going to hold him at third and give Roy White a shot here. So White comes to the plate. He's 0 for 3. He has flown out the left and right, grounded out the short. And that might have just paid off, folks, against the lefty. That'll be a 5, and it paid off. That's a single in the left field, and they just busted this game wide open, folks. See if Thomason can score here. He should have 61. He's got good speed. And let's see, can Spencer? I doubt if Spencer gets down. No, Spencer will stop at second. So that's a 2 RBI single by White. And it's a 7-0 ball game. So not sending Nettles was the right play. And now you got Willie up first and second. 2 down in a 7-0 ball game. Willie is 2 for 3. Let's take a look now. Mike, he's done for today. Let's see what his line is. Mike TORREZ got lit up like a Christmas tree. Mike 4 1/3, 8 hits, 7 runs, 5 of them earned, walked 3, struck out 2. And now Willie's up, and Willie is 2 for 3 with 2 stolen bases on the game. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Rick. He goes the short way over to second. And that'll end the inning, but the Yankees score 4. Take a 7-0 lead here in the 5th. You've got the bottom part of the order due up here for the Red Sox. Evans, Hobson, and then back to Rick. And Dwight is 0 for 1, grounded into a 6-4-3 double play his first time up. And that's going to be a base hit in left field. So Dwight Evans gets aboard here. And Hobson comes up. Yankees looking for the ground ball. And that's what Butch did the last time up. He's 0 for 1. He grounded out the short. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Gullett strikes him out. That's his 4th strikeout of the game. 1 down here. Rick comes up. He's 1 for 2. Singled his last time up. And he gets a hold of this one. This game might not be a shutout any longer. Where Rick puts this one. That's going to be a single out to right field. Reggie gets over quickly. Let's see if Evans. I don't think he's not even going to chance it. His run means nothing. So he's going to stop at second. No use getting thrown out at third. Remy's up now, first and second. 1 down here in a 7-0 ball game. Remy is 1 for 2. He has doubled in this game. And that's going to be a base on balls. And all of a sudden, the Red Sox making some noise here in the 5th. And this is not who you want up if you're a Yankee fan. Base is full of Red Sox. Evans at third, Burleson at second, Remy at the first, and Rice at the plate. Rice is 0 for 1 today, grounded into a fielder's choice and been intentionally walked. Rice is leading the world in everything. He's batting .365. He's got 23 homers and 71 RBIs. This is not who you want up with the bases loaded. Here's the pitch to Rice. And that's going to be against the lefty. A 10. And that's going to be a base hit in the left field. And that's going to score some Red Sox here. And White does not have a very good arm. That's probably going to score 2 with no throw. Yep, Burleson's going to score with no throw. Remy's going to stop at second. So a 2 RBI single by Rice makes it a 7-2 ball game and still only 1 out. Now Yaz is up with first and second. Yankees desperately need a double play to get out of this mess with only 2 runs scoring. Yaz is 0 for 2. He has flown out and popped up. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Nettles. Can Nettles go around the horn here? That is the question. And exactly what he does. Nope, he's not going around the horn. He steps on third, throws the ball over to Chambliss. That is your 5-5-3 double play. The Yankees get out of that mess with only 2 runs scoring. Got to be happy. It's a 7-2 ball game as we go to the top of the 6th. You got Munson, Jackson, and Chambliss. 9 batters came to the plate the last inning. Let's look. Pretty sure Munson led off the 5th. Pretty sure he did. And yep, Munson led off the 5th, so 9 batters came to the plate in the 5th. Munson's going to lead off this 6th inning. He's 1 for 2. He singled and came around the score back in the 5th. And he gets a hold of this one. Where's this one going to end up at in Boston? And that ball is driven into the gap in right field out there in the triangle. Munson makes it down to 2nd with a leadoff double. And Reginald Martinez Jackson comes up. He's 1 for 2. He walked and came around the score back in the 5th. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Tom strikes him out for out number 1. Chambliss comes to the plate now. Chris is 0 for 3. He did reach on an error and 2 runs scored on that error back in the 3rd. And that's going to be a ground ball down the 3rd. Hobson's going to look him back to 3rd. Fire over to 1st. And that'll be out number 2. Runner still down at 2nd with 2 outs now for Greg Nettles. Yankees looking to make this a 8-3 ball game, 8-2. And Nettles is having one hell of a game. He is 3 for 3 with an RBI and a double in this game. And he gets a hold of this one. And that ball is crushed. See that L. Does that L come into place? No, it doesn't. Damn. That's going to be a double in right center field. That's going to score Munson. And it's an 8-2 ball game. The Yankees get one of those runs back. And now Thomason's up. And Gary's 1 for 2 with 2 RBI. Single his last time up. Nettles down at 2nd. And that's going to be a fly ball. Dewey Evans makes the catch. That ends the inning, but the Yankees get one, making an 8-2 game as we go to the bottom of the 6th. You got Fisk due up, followed by Lynn and Scott. Fisk is 0 for 2 today. And that's going to be a ground ball down the Nettles. Takes his time, fires over to 1st, and there's out number 1. Freddie Lynn comes to the plate. He's 0 for 1, yet to put the ball in play. He has walked and struck out. And that's going to be a fly ball. Gary's camped under it out there in center field for out number 2. And George Scott comes to the plate. He's 0 for 1. He has yet to put the ball in play. He's walked and struck out. And that's going to be a rare play, a 62 and a 37. And that's going to be hit down that's going to be a chopper at the plate. See if Munson can handle this. And nice play by Munson. He grabs it, throws down the 1st. And Red Sox go down 1-2-3. We go to the top of the 7th and an 8-2 ball game. Got the bottom part of the order due up. This will probably be Tom's last inning here. Spencer Stanley and White due up. Spencer's 0 for 2 today. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Rick. He takes his time, fires over to 1st to get Spencer. There's 1 down. And Fred's up. Stanley's 0 for 3 today. And that's going to be a base on balls. He walks him. And that's going to be it for Tom. Tom's coming out of the game. And Ripley, believe it or not, Alan Ripley's coming in the game. He'll turn White around, making bat from the right side. And you got the 2 righties coming up after that. So Tom comes out of the game with 1 out and a runner down at 1st. Alan Ripley will come in here. And Ripley is making his 15th appearance. He's 3-4 with a 5.14 ERA. Got Stanley down at 1st. White at the plate. White's 1 for 2 with a 2 RBI single his last time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Yaz and left. And there's 2 down. Back to the top of the order and Randolph. And Randolph's 2 for 4 with 2 stolen bases. And that's going to be against the righty 9. and 11. And that's going to be a base hit in the right field. And a 50. Will Stanley get down to third? And he's going to stop at second. Like I say, no use testing that damn missile launcher out there. First and second, and you got Munson coming up. So first and second, 2 outs. Munson's 2 for 3 today with a double. And he scored all 3 times. And that's going to be a fly ball. Dwight Evans says he's got it, and he does. The Yankees strand 2. We go to the 7th inning stretch. It's 8-2 New York. And they're going to let GULLETT try to get through this inning. It's got the bottom 2 batters up, Evans and Thompson, and back to Burleson. See if he can make it through this 7th inning. Evans is 1 for 2. He singled his last time up. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes out Evans for out number 1. That's Don's 5th strikeout of the game. Butch is up now. Butch Thompson is 0 for 2. He struck out his last time up. And that's going to be a base hit in the right field. White can't get to it. That'll drop. Jackson can't get to it. That'll drop in for a base hit. Now Rick Burleson's up. And Rick is 2 for 3. He has back-to-back singles, struck out his first time up. And that's going to be a base on balls, and that's going to get the bullpen up in a hurry here. Got runners on first and second, only 1 out. And right now they're going to get Ted Worrell and Sparky up. The righty-lefty here. And Remy's up. He's 1 for 2. He doubled in this game, walked his last time up. And that's going to be against the lefty. That'll be a 16. And that's going to be a single, and that's going to fill the bases, I believe. Yep. That's going to be a single and fill the damn bases. Let's make sure, yep, a single and the bases are full of Red Sox. Not what you want. Yankees up 8-2. Jim Rice at the plate. And I think that's got to be it for Don. Got to bring the righty in to face Rice, even though Rice does worse against lefties. Ain't that crazy? That is crazy. So you know what? They're not going to bring in the righty. They're going to bring in Sparky. Sparky's going to come in because you got Yaz coming up after that. So Don goes 6 1/3. It's given up 7 hits, 2 runs, but everybody on base is his responsibility. So Sparky's coming in here. Try to keep this an 8-2 ball game. And this is Sparky's 18th appearance. He's 2-2 with 4 saves and a 3.47 ERA. Base is full of Red Sox everywhere you look. Hobson at third, Burleson at second, Remy at first, and Rice at the plate. Rice was up the last time with bases loaded, had a 2 RBI single. Here's the pitch to Jim, and that's not good. He squares this one up, folks. Where's this going to land? That is going to be a single in the center field. That'll score 2. The question is, will Remy get down to third? 49. 34, so a 64 or lower. Remy's safe at third. and he's safe at third. So a 2 RBI single by Rice. And now you got first and third, and only one out. And it's an 8-4 ball game. And Yaz comes to the plate. And a runner on third is still Don's responsibility. Yaz is 0 for 3. He did ground into a 5-5-3 double play. Sparky looking to see if he can get that with that darn. That's going to be a ground ball down to first. And that's going to be, hold on. That's left. Not going to get it. Nope, not going to get the double play. So that's going to be the old 3-6 put out. The runner's going to score. Makes it an 8-5 ball game. And now you got a runner down at first. 2 outs. And they're right back in this ball game. One swinging a bat from Fisk. And this is a 1-run game. Fisk is 0 for 3 today. And that's going to be popped up. Straight up the chute. That wouldn't be a homer in a phone booth. And Munson makes the catch, and that'll end the inning. But the Red Sox score 3, making an 8-5 game as we go to the top of the 8th. We got the big boys coming up here. Jackson, Chambliss, and Nettles against Ripley, believe it or not. Reggie's 1 for 3. He has walked and came around to score twice. And that's going to be a base on balls. Yankees will take it. Leadoff batter aboard here for Chambliss. Let's see who they got out here in the bullpen. Bill Campbell. They don't have any more lefties. The only lefty was Tom. So Campbell and Drago is going to get up. Jackson's out at first. Nobody out. Chambliss is 0 for 4. He did reach on an error. And that's going to be a ground ball back to the mound. 52-1 should be fielding column 3. And it is. And the runner's going to get down. The second only play Ripley has after knocking that ball down is over to first. And now you got a runner in scoring position with 1 out and Greg Nettles at the plate. Nettles is having an awesome game. He is 4 for 4, 2 doubles, and 2 RBIs. Yeah, almost like the Braves. You got that right. That's what I'm thinking about too, Ken. Yep, that's exactly what I'm thinking about. They still got 2 more innings here with only a 3-run lead. And they was down 8-0. Exactly. Well, they was down 7-0. Here's the pitch to Nettles. And that's going to be a fly ball out to center field. Freddie makes the catch, and there's 2 outs. Can Mr. Thomason deliver here with the 2 outs and a runner down at second? He's 1 for 3 with 2 RBIs on the game. And that's going to be against the righty. And that's going to be a base hit, I believe. Yep, that's going to be a single in the left field. And with 2 outs, that'll be a 51. And they're going to be sending Jackson, I can tell you that. It's just a matter if he can make it. 63 or lower, Jackson safe. And they throw him out. Yaz throws out Reggie at the plate. Reggie's hopping mad, but he was out. Nice job by Yaz out there in left field. Like I said, they got fucking cannons out there. That's why I don't run against them. You run against them, and this is what happens. So, single in the left field, and Reggie gets thrown out at the plate. And that ends the inning. We go to the bottom of the 8th. It's still an 8-5 ball game. You got Lynn, Scott, and Evans due up. And Sparky gonna only pitch to Lynn. We'll see what happens here. And then to bring in Goose to pitch to the righties. It might be what happens here. Freddie is 0 for 2. He is walked, struck out, and flown out. And he gets a hold of this. That ball is high. How far is this one going to go, folks? And that ball is off the green monster. The G takes the damn homer away. So Freddie Lynn gives up a leadoff double off the green monster. Lynn standing down at second. And that's going to be it for Sparky. The Goose is coming in to face these righties. The Goose is on the loose. So Sparky can't get Freddie out. So now the Goose is coming in. Try to get a 2-out save here with a runner down at second. This is getting crazy, Ken. So now you got Scott up against the Goose. This is the Goose 20th appearance. He's 1-0 with 17 saves and no ERA on the year yet. So Scott 0 for 2. He has walked, struck out, and grounded out. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. 62 and an 8. It's going to be fielding column 3. And that's going to be popped up down the short. And Stanley makes the catch, and there's 1 out. Evans comes to the plate now. Evans is 1 for 3. He has singled in this game. He struck out his last time up. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. The Goose gets him again. Now there's 2 down. The runner's still down there at second. Gotta love that G so far. Now you got Hobson up. He's 1 for 3. He singled his last time up. And he gets a hold of this. That ball is hit out against the righty at 19. And that's going to be a double in the left field off the green monster. And that's going to score a run. And all of a sudden now it's an 8-6 ball game. Tying run comes to the plate, and Rick Burleson. Runner still down at second, and Rick's having a hell of a game. He's 2 for 3 today. He walked and came around to score his last time up, and that's going to be a fly ball out the right field. Nope, that's a swing and a miss. The Goose strikes him out. Now to win the inning, but Red Sox score 1, make it an 8-6 game. We go to the top of the 9th with the bottom part of the order due up. And that's going to be it for Ripley. And Campbell's going to come in here and pitch the 9th inning and try to keep it a 2-run ball game. Bill Campbell's coming in the game. He'll be facing the bottom part of the order here. This is Campbell's 7th appearance. He's 1-0 with a 2.25 ERA. He's going to have Spencer Stanley, 2 S's, followed by White. Spencer's 0 for 3 today. Here's the pitch to Jim. And that's going to be a fly ball out the right field. Evans calls for it, makes the catch. There's 1 down. Now Stanley comes to the plate. He's 0 for 3. He walked his last time now. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Campbell strikes him out for out number 2. And you see the Yankees are 48-16. They've scored 327 runs on 71 homers. They've stolen 47 bases, been caught 12 times. Boston 40-26. They've scored 347 runs on 83 homers, stolen 23 bases, and been caught 8 times. And now there's 2 outs and nobody on. And Roy Wright is 1 for 5 with 2 RBIs on the day. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Remy. And that'll end the inning. We go to the bottom of the ninth. The Yankees hanging on to a 2-run lead. You don't want Remy to get on base here. You got Remy, Rice, and Yaz. You don't want Rice coming up being the tying run. But Remy's having a good game. He is 2 for 3. He has walked in this game. He singled and came around the score his last time up. Here's the pitch to Remy. And that's going to be against the righty. That's going to be a 17. And that's going to be a nice play out there by White in left field. Takes a base hit away from Remy. And there's one down. Now you got Jim Rice up. Rice 2 for 3 with 4 RBIs in this game, folks. It's been the Jim Rice show. He's come up twice with bases loaded. This is how the Yankees like to see him. 1 out, nobody on. And that's going to be a rare play, a 40 and a 56. And that's going to be ball 1. Deuce thought he had it, but the umpire says nope, that ball was just outside. So now you got the 0-1 pitch to right. And that's going to be against the righty at 20. That's going to be a fly ball and another nice play as Gary Tomlinson goes back into the triangle, runs that one down, and there's 2 outs. The defense sure is helping out here in this 9th inning. 2 outs and nobody on. It's up to Yaz to keep this game going. He's 0 for 4 with an RBI today. And that's going to do it. Swing and a miss. Gossage strikes him out, and that's your ball game, folks. The Yankees hang on to win this for 8-6. Look here at the box score. Another great game. Them Red Sox, they didn't give up. Give them credit. They're going to be tough. Going to be a tough. Yankees 8 runs on 13 hits and no errors. The Red Sox 6 runs, 10 hits and 1 error. Willie Randolph 3 for 5 today. Thurman Munson 2 for 4. You had Greg Nettles 4 for 5. The Yankees 7 for 22 with runners in scoring possession. They still left 11 men on base. They scored 8 runs, still left 11 men on. The top of the order, look at that. 2 for 4. Burleson, Remy, and Rice. Rice with the 4 RBIs. The Red Sox 4 for 12 with runners in scoring position. They left 7 men on base. Don Gullick gets the win. He goes to 3-1. It wasn't a masterpiece. He was cruising for a while. Yeah, it was a good one, wasn't it? I agree, Ken. Don comes in 6 1/3, 7 hits. 5 runs, walked 5, struck out 5. 5 was the magic number, wasn't it? Sparky comes in, pitches 2/3 of an inning, 2 hits and 1 run. The Goose comes in, wasn't a masterpiece, but did his job. 18th save of the year, 2 innings, 1 hit, and struck out 3. Mike Torres didn't have his stuff today. 6 6, 4 1/3, 8 hits, 7 runs, 5 of them earned. Walk 3, struck out 2. Tom comes in and adds a little gas to the fire. 2 innings, 3 hits, 1 run, walked 2 and struck out 1. Ripley comes in an inning and 2/3, 2 hits and a walk. And Bill Campbell, 1 inning and 1 strikeout. And let's take a look here at the rest of the American League. You got the Mariners taking on Chicago. And you got Mr. Steve Stone, the hands of stone on the mound for the White Sox. See what happens here in Chicagoland. And the Mariners win. Close one. 9 runs, 13 hits, and 1 error. The White Sox, 8 runs, 9 hits, and no errors. Indians going to KC to take on the Orioles. KC needs to start winning here, folks. Them and the Orioles have been a disappointment so far in this 78 season. And KC just beats up on these Indians. 11 runs, 15 hits, no errors. The Indians 2 runs, 8 hits, and 2 errors. Talking about the Orioles, They are 28-36. They need to start winning, going up to Milwaukee to take on the Brew Crew. Scotty McGregor on the mound for the Orioles. They got the pitching. I don't understand what the hell's happening here. 78. And the Orioles win 6 runs, 11 hits, and 1 error. The Brewers 3 runs, 8 hits, and 1 error. Angels taking on the Twins in Minnesota. Should be a good game. Frank Tanana against Erickson. See what happens here in the Twin City. And the Angels win 6 runs, 8 hits, and no errors. 1 run, 7 hits, and no errors for the Twins. Got the A's taking on the Rangers in Texas. Go down here to Arlington. And the A's win a close one. 3 runs, 12 hits, and no errors. The Rangers, they was productive with their hits. 2 runs on only 3 hits and no errors. How many batters did the A's leave on base? How many runners? Let's see. A's only left 6 men on base. How many double plays did the Rangers pull off? Only 2. 2 double plays. And the final game here in the American League on the 20th is the Tigers going up against the Blue Jays. And the Blue Jays beat up on the Tigers. What's this? Ashby drove in 7 runs and hit a grand slam in this game, and he ain't player of the game. Okay. Okay. Don't understand that. Not a bit. Why in the hell wouldn't Allen be the player of the game if you drove in half the runs? Over half. We're going to change that. I'll tell you that right now. Going to change that. Alan Ashby's going to be the player of the game. Makes no sense. No sense at all. 3 for 3 with 7 RBIs and a grand slam. So Ashby's going to be player of the game. Sorry, Mayberry. We are changing that up. And Blue Jays 12 runs, 10 hits, and no errors. The Tigers 5 runs, 17 hits, and 1 error. And now we'll check out the standings and leaderboard here in the American League. The Yankees get that lead back up to double digits with the win. They're 10 games up on the Red Sox. The Tigers are 14 games back. The Brewers 15. Blue Jays are now 16.5 games back. The Yankees 20. And the Indians are 24 games back. And out west, the Twins are only 3.5 games up now on KC. The Rangers and White Sox are 5 games back. The A's are 8. Angels 10. And the Mariners are 16 games back. Jim Rice is still leading the world in everything with a .368 batting average, 23 homers, and look at that, 75 RBIs on the year, folks. Remember, he had 4 RBIs in that game against the Yankees. Guidry's leading the American League with a 1.3 ERA. Figueroa 12 wins, and the Goose just got his 18th save to lead the American League. Jim Rice is leading in MVP voting, and Ed Figueroa is leading in the Cy Young. And the next game on the channel will be the final game of this 3-game series, the rubber match. And it's going to be, if I'm thinking right, it's going to be Advantage Red Sox. Because I think Mr. Dennis Erickson's. Yep, Dennis is going up against Jim Beatty, even though right now in the replay, Beatty's doing better. He's 5-1 with a 3.17 ERA. Dennis is struggling a little bit, 5-5 with a 4.50 ERA. So maybe it's not as given as I thought. Yankees might have a shot here with this pitching matchup. I want to thank Ken Castro, Aaron Reed, Clinton Parks for joining us here today. If you're new to the channel and you haven't already done so, hit that subscribe button, folks. Hit that bell for reminders and hit that like button. Till next time, you all have a great day and take care.